it's Jess from Meyer Hatchery, and today I wanted to give you a little update. Back in the spring, I shared that I was going to be hatching and raising Coturnix quail from egg for the first time on our farm. And I'll tell you, they have been absolutely amazing. We absolutely love our Coturnix quail, and shh, don't tell the chickens, but these may be my favorite. They grow so quickly, they have lots of personality, and they lay really consistently. While we were getting set up to start filming here, this one just laid an egg right here. So there's a couple things that I learned raising the Coturnix quail this year. First is they like to fly. So be very careful when you're moving them from one coop to the other. I actually had a really good hatch, and I split my hatch kind of into two groups. I have one group of Coturnix quail that live in an outside coop that's more of an aviary type setup. And I have two female quail right here and her friend. And these ones actually live in a converted Rubbermaid container inside of our porch. Yeah, we let some birds in our house. They do really well inside and they do really well outside. They are a very versatile bird to have in your flock. I also learned that you will have to wait till about 4 to 5 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer, to see if you have males and females, but you will know when you have a male. One day we woke up and we heard a really strange noise in the brooder, and it was our males crowing. We had to quickly separate them. At first they were okay and they weren't fighting with each other, and you may have some males that don't fight, but our two males we had, they started fighting pretty quickly, so we had to split them up into two separate coops. The quail's eggs, when you look really close, they're about an inch and a half, and they lay pretty consistently. Our favorite way to enjoy these eggs is we love to hard boil them and have them as little snacks. They're also really fun to crack a bunch of them and make a quail egg omelet. You can also use these to make the cutest tiny deviled eggs. So for the winter time, we're definitely going to keep our birds. We have learned we love them and they're going to stay here. So for our Northeast Ohio winter, we are just going to do a few things to keep them nice and safe during the winter. First, the birds that live outside, their coop is going to be insulated, just as we do our chickens and our ducks. And we're going to make sure that there's good airflow, but not a lot of drafts. We want to make sure that our quail have a place to be nice and warm and out of the elements. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a little tiny box inside of their coop, a place for them to go inside and kind of huddle together and snuggle and stay warm during the winter. We're also going to make sure, just as we do our other birds, that we have lots of good bedding inside their coop. And as always, make sure they have access to fresh water that doesn't freeze. If you're wondering if your quail are going to lay during the winter, it's going to be very similar to your chickens. As it gets very cold and we start to lose our daylight hours, you may notice that your quail have stopped laying. If you would like your quail to lay through the winter, you're going to need to give them an external light, and you want to leave this light on about 14 hours. This is what triggers the hormones in your quail to encourage them to produce an egg. Some people like to give their quail artificial light during the winter time, and some people like to give their quail a break. It's completely up to you. Other than that, quail are incredibly easy to raise. I highly suggest, if you have the opportunity to hatch some of your own quail, to do it. It is so much fun. These birds, as I said, have so much personality and they lay all the time. Yeah, you laid that egg. They lay all the time and their tiny eggs are absolutely delicious. Hopefully I've given you some inspiration to raise some quail of your own. If you have any questions, be sure to visit us at MHYT.com. As always, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that bell so you're the first to know every time a new video has been released. What? Oh, our little quail friend wanted me to remind you to make sure to check our description below for a special coupon code that you can use off your next order at MHYT.com. Thank you so much for watching.